All right. Welcome in, boys. It's been 2 weeks since I've talked to you all. 3 weeks. It's been a minute. What's going on?
Well, I'm glad you're here. I had to intro us the past two times, and they were maybe the worst intros of all time. And last Thursday's episode, my outro was maybe the worst ever. So I'm hyped that you're back.
Yeah, we
What's
really
that?
Midwest goodbye it.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I'll be honest.
What does that mean? What'd you do?
Somebody said, well, the outro is always like "Go Cyclones," but somebody said that, so then I just didn't know how to end it, and I just clicked the button. I didn't know how to end it.
You Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
You just left. You didn't say a single thing. Okay, Nate. Besides the outros and intros, what's up with you?
No, not much. Kind of disappointing for the Cyclones, obviously, but I don't know if you guys watched the Arizona Kansas game, but that was fantastic. They talked about before the game like this could rival the old Buddy Hield at Kansas triple overtime game. I'm not going to say it beat it because I don't think it did, but that was a fun game to watch. I don't know if we want to spend any time on that today, but that was really fun.
It was back and forth. That's what I loved about it. Is like it kept you entertained.
It's just the ups and downs of the game. Like it just never felt like even when Arizona was up at the end.
With no Peterson too.
Yeah, no Peterson.
Like, the fact that no Peterson like occurred in that game and it was so entertainful. Like yeah.
Sean, did you get to watch?
If he plays, I watch every second of it. I went out of my way to make sure that I was doing nothing so I could watch it. Do you think that they win if he plays?
I think they win by more if he plays. I think it's like there was so many swings where Kansas had like the real home crowd pop that you hear for like that's pretty rare. Like sometimes you hear it for the crazy Clemson game or the crazy LSU football games, but Kansas was getting a nuts pop in there. Like a couple of Flory dunks. I thought the stadium was just going to break. Like I think they would win by more, but I don't know if you guys have a different opinion.
I agree.
The numbers though are like closer than you think. His on-off splits, like they showed it on the broadcast. I don't remember what it was. I should have taken a picture and written it down, but it was like very, very close. So
I wonder if his defense is the reason for that, because like sometimes that can be the issue with like a guy like that, or at least defensive effort. At least at this stage in his career.
Yeah, could be. I was happy like that. Good reminder for why you like college basketball. Like Iowa State stuff aside, like I was pumped to just watch a game where I was excited about either outcome for the most part. I can't cheer for Kansas, but it was good that Kansas won technically. Like I just watched every game in that stupid building with so much bitterness. I'm like, why can't we do that? Like, why can't we be like that? And why can't we beat them there? And I'm like, oh, it's because no one wins there. It is not an us thing. It's an everyone thing.
There was an Arizona fan on Twitter that said it was a bad loss and they got ratioed hard.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the Big 12, pal.
It was nice to see how much respect Bill Self had for the moment too after that game. Like that, especially, I mean, he's had some health stuff lately too. Like I'm not sure if this is the end of Bill Self necessarily, but I can't say we're in the first half of his career either. Like I thought that was cool to see. Like he enjoyed that one.
He was whooping and hollering there at the end, like basically walking around the middle of the floor. Did you see that? Is that what you're talking about?
You never see that from Bill Self though. Like usually it's just.
It was a pretty like with no Peterson. It was a pretty coached game. You could tell like that meant a lot to him because like that was him. He won that game. Obviously, the players and the atmosphere played an impact as well. I know he said that Fog Allen or Allen Fieldhouse in that fact won them the game, but he coached his butt off. So shout out him.
Who are you guys more impressed with from a player perspective? Either team.
Melvin Council. I thought he was nails. I thought he was stones.
Mm-hmm.
Like
mm-hmm.
I know 6 for 25. Like
mm-hmm.
he had a Russell Westbrook game, but it was a good Russell Westbrook game. Like that's what Bryson Tiller's really good too. The post really is what won them the game, I think. But I enjoyed Melvin Council's effort.
Tiller's one of those guys, like if he stays like 3-4 years, he's gonna be like a Big 12 guy. But I was impressed with Arizona's team. They don't shoot a ton of threes. Their freshmen played well. Awaka was in foul trouble, which is huge for them because then they can't go like the kind of small lineup. I thought they played well and they held their composure for like kind of how their team is built. So I thought it was pretty good. But like, yeah, that was a game. It was kind of weird how it happened because everybody's like, oh, Kansas is gonna win this game, and no Peterson, and they ended up winning the game. But like the fact that Arizona was with them, Kansas got lucky and was very fortunate. A lot of possessions, so a lot of props. Yeah,
a
that's
little
what comes to
something
mind.
there. Well, Allen Fieldhouse magic there. We want to call it that.
Never heard of that one before, but yeah.
Yeah.
Krivas is a problem.
That's who I was going to say. I asked that question and I was like, Krivas.
The backup big is Toby Awaka, and he's the number one offensive rebounding big, I think, now in the country. I think officially.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And that's the backup big. And the other guy is 7'2", and he just looks like a sequoia tree. Like he's actually a sequoia tree. Like there's no like Tree Rollins wishes he was Krivas.
Wait. So, but what? Not an oak tree.
No, like
not a pine tree.
Like North California. You ever see the ones where that like you put a human next to it and the trunk's like a car? Like that's what Krivas is. No. By the way, overrated tree, sycamore tree, overrated. Indiana State tree.
Maple.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, you get syrup out of it, but it's Canadian.
What if we just name trees the rest of this episode?
I got pine tree, and that might be it.
I already named Tree Rollins, so that would have been my nice wild card one.
Maple tree,
Stanford tree,
Birch.
Trees, good one.
Birch tree.
Willow. I was going Iowa State dorms there. I'm out. Krivas was Ash was a good one.
We're giving up now. Okay.
Yeah, let's be done. Krivas was great. Like I was super impressed, super skilled, really nice touch. 7'2". He's a problem. Man, I hate the Big 12. I really do. Because
they lost Vasar. They lost 7-1 Vasar, and they just I know he was out for last year, but they just replaced him like it was no big deal, and he's better than Vasar.
It's so stupid, man. The Big 12 is so like you watch this game, and you're like, wow, what a game, how fun, and then you go, oh yeah, we get Kansas next. It's like, oh
shit, okay. That's our next 2 weeks. Like,
yeah. Oh, and then we have Houston. Oh, okay. But we don't play Arizona, right? No, at Arizona, second last game of the year. Oh yeah, we haven't played BYU yet, have we? Oh yeah, we got to go to that. We got to go there. But at least we've got Utah in there somewhere in Arizona State. I saw a funny tweet after Kansas State lost again, and someone's like, at least they have a get right game at Houston on Saturday or whatever.
That's gonna be tough. Getting up for that game as a player for K-State. Nevertheless, the coaching staff, like that's just
they're done.
You know that you're already done. Like you know as a player you're done. Like especially that game. Like you're gonna go out there with everything you got, but it's
to the Wabash.
Do
you see they wore
the
paper bags. Their fans wore paper bags.
I saw a tweet. They were promoting. I think Tuesday they have another home game against Baylor. They're promoting, or it's a promo that wear plastic bags, wear paper bags. So there'll be a lot more Tuesday when they play Baylor at home.
And just to be clear, they're not wearing. If they were wearing plastic bags, Tom, that would be a real story because there would be a lot less Kansas State students.
Yeah, sorry. Paper bags, not. Hey, season's been pretty bad.
University at a deficit pretty quick.
But yeah, a lot of paper bags for not even an announcement, and now they're like making it a thing for Tuesday's game. It's gonna be rough.
Godspeed them. But enough talk about Kansas State. Let's talk about Iowa State and TCU. I am so glad I did not go. I am so glad. I texted you guys, I think the night before, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it. It's like, oh, shoot, that's too bad. That might be your one chance to see them this year. Maybe so. I am absolutely ecstatic that I did not have to watch that game. I would have gotten home probably 11:30, 12, 5 a.m. wake-up call, hop on a flight, 7 a.m. the next day. Miserable. Nobody chirps harder than a private school kid, by the way, I will tell you. So I escaped that. That's fine.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing you didn't go. I mean, I was thinking that the spread was I thought it was a BS line myself. So I bought points up to 15 and 18 and just to experiment. Like I won a little bit on the Super Bowl and I was like, oh, let's see. And we got up to, I mean, right before the 4-minute media, because I timed it out, it was like 18 points. And I was like, all right, if we're up 9 at half, I like my numbers. We're up by 9. And then we get kill shotted. Like the historic 10-0 run kill shot. But we're still winning at halftime. And I was like, oh, that's weird. We got kill shot, but we're still up. And then it happened again the second half to finish the game. Like, brutal. I would have been tough to be there. That would have been tough to be there for, Sean.
I will tell you, my one take about TCU is that the court is not as bad in person as it is on TV. Like, if the cameras aren't right and everything's all flashed out, whited out, and the contrast isn't correct, it looks awful. In person, it's really not a problem. Like, it's distracting, don't get me wrong. It's not a good court. But your eyes, you're not like squinting at it from the stands. It's the TV that makes it bad.
I'm glad you said that because the TV experience last night was rough. Like, it's not that bad in person. Like, it doesn't really make the ball bounce any different either. It's just a weird looking court from that angle.
But I will tell you, there is absolutely something wrong with those rims last night.
Yeah.
And our ability
That's correct. That reminded me of the game in Waco, of how hard those rims were. Right, I compared it to the double rims that you play on at the park. These were not friendly. They weren't friendly to TCU either, right? It wasn't an us thing. Someone got a little bit excited when they were putting them up earlier. So,
what did you guys think of the game overall?
Well, let me just start with this. Our chat had an absolute meltdown last night. Like, historic historic CF After Dark Slack habits were bad as the game transcended into where it eventually ended up. So we get to a point where people are dogging on Jefferson. People are freaking out. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Kramer said 1,200 times, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. He also told Larry to shut up probably about 6 or 7 times, which was great. We had a total meltdown. And the entire time I'm like, we're winning this game. I said, we're winning this game. We came back. We tied it. We took like a 4-point lead or a 5-point lead with 5 minutes to go or something like that. And in the chat, I'm like, no one else is allowed back on this boat, right? You can't be on this boat. I was already on it. You guys all died. You drowned. Okay. And then I got promptly thrown off the boat and drowned along with everyone else. So that's kind of how it felt.
Tom, you're awfully quiet. You got to worry about the quiet ones.
So I had the quote unquote privilege. I love to do it. I would have talked for 2 hours post game after the game, but it'd be Tuesday at like 10:45 by the time we started. Like, obviously you don't want to go too late there, work night and all. But I was pretty upset in the moment of not of the loss, but how things turned out and by how Taman played late. I went back and watched the last 8 minutes today. Still upset with Taman, but I understand the loss, and that's why I named today's episode Bruised but Not Broken, because this team is still Final Four like potential. They have that within them. Like, I have the game script. Nate, I want your opinion on it. Like Sean just gave his before I go through what I saw, because I said in the chat that like, show me this year's different. And then I said, even if we lose, show me we can come back. That's exactly what they did, which calmed me down a lot more because I'm like, I just asked and I got what I was received. So, like, thank you for that. But, oh my gosh. We were up by 5 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. And stuff started to fall apart a little right before that, but there's some points I want to go to. But yeah, Nate, give me your opinion on the game.
I like one, Sean. I agree with your opinion that you just said earlier. Like we overreact in that chat a lot. Like
it's terrible.
This is still only the third loss. Like it's still only the third loss, and we've lost. Is that 3 games on the road now?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's level set there. If you look at the Caleb Hammer data of the world and all that stuff, which I do think he's got some legs to some of that stuff, the 10-0 run is a death sentence in college basketball, and we had 2 of them go against us. Usually we're the team that does that to other teams. It felt like in the first half that we were ready to blow the doors open, and then we got hit in the mouth, and then it was halftime. And then we came out and we were kind of lulled around again, but we were like, instead of being up by 9 after the kill shot, we were up by like 1 or 2. And then it slowly got worse and got a little worse. Like, I don't want to steal your thunder, Tom, because I really like your stat that you're going to share. Because
you can hit it first.
Go ahead. I'm going to have you do it. But there was, when you're not demanding attention from your guards as a shooting threat, example being, if you remember the 2015 Warriors, they ran through Klay Thompson and Steph Curry being gravity hogs for defense. Like you had to guard those guys. If you were away from them, then they had guys in the paint that were going to score, even before they had Kevin Durant. If your guards aren't shooting threes well, you can help off of them. And when you help off of them, it just clogs up the paint. And we had a ton of turnovers. And Tom, I'll let you go now because really the story of the game was how much TCU was able to help off of us and how much they were able to clog up what we wanted to do offensively.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is spacing, and like Sean's showing us the box score right now, so you can see how our guards shot the ball. But so everybody, like, not to make this like a monologue or anything, but people are dogging on Jefferson, and I think in certain aspects it's a little fair, but with his usage rate and the fact that he has the ball, he's doing so much. There's going to be turnovers. I could really care less if he turns the ball over when it's a dead ball turnover. You could not get me to care about that at all. Live ball turnovers are a little different, and it is what it is. But I did a stat because the big thing for me is it started if we go back a little bit, Buchanan and Plata both had opportunities to dunk the ball or lay it in, and they pumped fake because there was a guard in the restricted area. Now, that point, the restricted area, why is there a guard there? They should have 1 foot in the paint, 1 foot out so they can recover in a reasonable, closeout to the guard they're guarding. However, that's Taman and Torre who don't shoot the ball well. Torre's been a little better the past couple games, 1 for 2, 2 for 4, however, but Taman's not been great. So the fact that they have guys in the restricted area that are making our post pump fake and then their shot blocker recovers and they block us. That was 2 things. I was mad at Plata and Buchanan immediately. I took a step back. I rewatched it. And I'm like, it's very unfortunate you cannot finish over a guard, but instead pump fake. And then that gives opportunity for the post defender to come back into play there. But it is what it is. That's not 100% your fault there. The guards gotta, they can't have their defenders migrate all the way to the restricted area. And that goes to my point now. So Jefferson, yes, he has turnovers. But the reason that he doesn't have room to operate, or there's so many traffic, or because Brock Harding or Pierre from TCU that hit a lot of those shots at the end of the game, they're just slapping at the ball at his ankles because guess what? They don't have to worry about Taylor or Torre. So Jefferson had 6 turnovers against TCU on Tuesday. Torre and Taman went 1 of 5 from three-point land. Let's go to Kansas. Jefferson had 5 turnovers. Taman and Torre went 1 of 6 from three-point land. Versus Colorado, that's a worse opponent. I'll give them that. Jefferson had 5 turnovers, but guess what? Taman and Torre 1 of 6, 2 of 5 from three-point land. So against Colorado, 2 of 5. Yep. And then at Baylor, Jefferson, who had 19 points and 17 rebounds, I might add, had 6 turnovers. So not great. Like 19 and 17 is amazing, but 6 turnovers, we got to work on that. Well, Taman and Torrey shot 3 of 7. Not terrible, but still, like, the reason Jefferson is having, like, he'll have 2 turnovers a game, maybe 3. If you, like, watch the games, you see the box score, you watch the way he plays, 2 or 3 a game. It is what it is. The reason the 5 and 6 are happening, the additional 2 and 3, is because of the guard play. I was kind of upset Bateman didn't get more minutes last night. I don't know if it's because defensively, rotations, offensively, he wasn't moving the ball, because it's a big thing with Otts. You can tell he gets very frustrated when the ball isn't moving consistently. That's the problem with our offense. But when Torrey and Taman aren't shooting the ball well, I use this analogy. We just have 2 Aaron Crafts as our guards, and that's not great. Like, and I understand people being upset at Jefferson, and I can see the reasoning, but like at the end of the day, you have to like just step back and analyze the full game and see that that's 4 turnovers aren't on him. Like, what do you want him to do? Do you want us to take down the shot clock to 4 and then we're just dribbling the ball and then try to make a step back 3? Well, he's trying his best. There was some of the games, I'll go by game later when other people can talk because I want to finish this up. But he had some unbelievable passes with the left hand that's not supposed to happen from a 6'9" guy. Like, just stop with the Jefferson hate. I understand it. It's reasonable. But at the same time, like, you have to take a step back and you have to realize, like, this isn't on him at all. This is with the spacing. This is with the team. This is some with the play calling. Like, this is with the guards. They have to be consistent off ball, whether it is moving, whether it's off ball screens, whether it's cutting, or whether it's just shooting the gosh darn 3 ball consistently. Now I'll take a break. That was all in one breath. That was
pretty good.
Well said. Well said. Am I just out of this, by the way? Am I just hidden? Do I get to feel like I'm treading water down here?
I think you got to change it. There it is.
There we go. All right, cool. All right, here's what I'll say. I agree with you. I think it's a great point. But also, Tom, have you ever just asked him to stop turning the ball over so much? Like, has anyone ever asked him the question, hey, Joshua, Mr. Jefferson, Double J, my guy, have you tried not turning it over quite as much? Have we had that conversation with him? Do you think TJ has asked?
I'll draft that out. Mr. Jefferson, I know you played the last 8 minutes of the game at the 5 spot with their small ball lineup and did everything for the team, but can you not turn the ball over? Oh, there we go. We drafted that out.
I would ask him. Yeah.
Have AI proofread that too, and then it'll be perfect. Like,
yep. I'm gonna zag a little bit on this. We have been talking all season about I think this podcast pretty much always gets on and says, what did we learn? Like, do we know something new now that we didn't before this game started? And I will tell you, the two of you, we still have the exact same bullseye on this team as we did before the game is over. Like, nothing has changed since the last time that we have talked about these guys. Like, we know exactly who this team is. They're going to turn you over. Milan's going to splash some threes. Our guards are probably not going to make very many, and then Jefferson is probably going to do everything else. If we get contributions off the bench from anyone, we are almost unbeatable, okay? But when we turn the ball over and we don't rebound and we don't make free throws, we lose. We are not talented enough to get away with we can get away with not doing one of those things every night. We cannot get away with doing all 3. And TCU and Cincinnati and Kansas, we have seen the exact same thing basically from each game in some capacity or another. This is the game that we have been talking about that we keep saying, we're probably going to lose the game because we don't make our free throws. Well, guess what? We went 2 of 8, okay? We made the fewest amount of free throws we've made all year, and the 8 attempts are the second fewest that we have had all year. And we lost by 2 possessions.
And 5 of those attempts were from your guards, your starting guards, and they made none.
Yeah, so I really don't want to hear about anything other than that, because that is the reason for this loss. We did not rebound and we did not make free throws. Okay, like, the turnover stuff is fine, but like, we cannot we can't screw up in multiple facets of the game and still get away with it. I do not care that it's TCU. I do not care that it's on the road in a sleepy environment. I don't understand how it's a pathetic loss. I saw one of the comments say that it is the Big 12 and winning is hard. Like Michigan almost lost to Northwestern last night. Like they
without
turn
a
it on
miracle
against
run, without a miracle run, they lose.
I do not understand how people can overreact to a season that is 30 plus games long and be like, we're done. We suck. We are the worst. We have lost 3 games. Every single Iowa State fan would have signed up for that in a heartbeat before the season
All
started.
road games, all not neutral site. Not even a neutral site game. All road games.
I really do not care.
And one of them's not Purdue.
Right. We would have killed for that. And I understand as you keep winning, expectations change. Like I'm not taking away from that. Like this team is capable of doing more. But this is where we're at in the season. Okay. We are building our resume for March. We are not going to be a 1 seed and we're not going to win the Big 12. So I ask everyone else, why does it matter? Like, honestly, like one of you, please.
I'm going to be negative to your point, and why it matters. It matters because you still have the chance because of how tough Arizona's schedule is going to turn out. I still think Arizona's going to get the 1 seed. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that we've been and here's a good comment actually for my about to be my rant. You don't want this game to show up in March because we've been talking about this game happening for months. Just like you said, we're going to lose a game where all of this comes to a head. Guess what? If we're talking about it now and we don't nip it to the butt, it's going to happen again. Like the definition of insanity is expecting something to happen different, even though you're doing the same thing, right? Like that's exactly what it's going to be. Now, 25% from the free throw line is. There's no other excuse of word than joke. It's a joke. Like if you asked me that there was a college basketball team that went 2 of 8 from the free throw line, I'd say UW Green Bay in 2023. And that team won 2 games. Like I thought that was the worst college basketball team I'd ever watched with my 2 eyes. Yeah, that's bad.
We are
when I was in high school, I played high school ball with a guy who plays nose tackle for the Broncos right now. And the guy couldn't shoot free throws for his life. Fantastic athlete. Okay. 6'4", 270, could not shoot free throws. My high school coach a great coach, 4 straight state titles. He made him shoot free throws until he made 50 in a row. He could not leave until he made 50 in a row. Okay. This guy's playing fucking nose tackle in the NFL. Do you know how long it took him to make those? It took him hours. He didn't leave until he made them. Okay. Now, this guy's not playing basketball for a living. He's making practice squad money in the NFL, which is like basically a normal 9-to-5 job, to be honest with you guys. If TJ's cut from the same cloth as my high school coach was, I hope that he would do something like that. The guys weren't available to the media. I think he probably tore into them. The first thing the coach can look at is free throws and 3-point percentage, and you're shooting a quarter in each. It's terrible. It's terrible. Like you're the number 5 team in the country. You should expect better of yourself. So,
to your point,
that's. I don't think we should accept that, and I think you gotta bite that in the butt soon because it's already coming to rear its head. Like we're already kind of getting to the 2-3 line. Kansas just beat Arizona.
Purdue is ahead of us per Joey brackets already, which is funny because
and we're hearing this Big Ten bias now. Like, but it's
getting to the point. I truly think after Kansas and Houston, you have to pay attention to bracketology. I think there's enough games and then there's enough head-to-heads that you have to pay attention. Right now, like I'm paying attention a little bit. I'm cheering for certain teams a little bit, and then one comment you just said, like no players were available to the media. Completely fine with that. I saw people talking about that on Twitter.
Yeah,
I could not care less. The college kids say the same thing.
What did they guys to talk to the media?
UNCW, Pittsburgh, West Virginia, Iowa State, Purdue, all their players say the same thing. I could not care less. They're not available to the media since the first time since 2012.
But I think it means something that he didn't let them be available though. It's not about what they're saying.
I like that because that means Otts understands what just happened. Like it's not like we played bad. Because if you look at the game, I saw some comments that were like, oh, like you have to, this is not acceptable. You have to play consistently. It was, if you somehow we were up by 5 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. And I say somehow because Milan went 3 of 11 from 3-point land when he's been an assassin all year. Taman and Torre went 1 of 5 from deep. Jefferson had 6 turnovers. Heisey was again off. Like, it seemed like we couldn't get a loose ball in the second half to save our life. We got kill shotted twice to end the first half to end the second half. But to this point, mostly to end the first half, like 2 of 8 from the free throw line. All that happened, and we were up by 5 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So, like, I understand the loss, but like that also, there's a second arrow that points how good this team is to be up by 5 on the road in the Big 12 with how bad you just played.
What do you think is a realistic or likely outcome for the rest of our season? How many losses? Regular season.
2. I think you lose to Arizona. I think you lose to Arizona no matter what. And I think if you beat Houston, you lose to BYU. I think if you lose to Houston, you beat BYU. And I'm now leaning towards the fact we lose to Houston and we beat BYU. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
I think you're looking at somewhere 5, 6, 7 losses, somewhere in there. I think you're happy with that. 12-6, 11-7, 13-5. I think you're really happy with that in Big 12 play. That usually wins the league most years. It just so happens that this year's a fucking loaded Big 12. Like, that's really all it is.
This is a great comment here. Smart from MN Richards 100. Smart people aren't overreacting, but smart people are also wondering why the things hurting the team are still hurting the team. I think that's totally fair. I think that's absolutely fair. My point, and that's a good cause for concern, and I understand that completely. I think my attitude about this has always been you are who you are at this point, first of all. And secondly, you are trying to build your resume to make a run in March at this point. Like, would you both agree that we're not going to win the Big 12, or we don't? That's not a goal anymore.
1,000%. I thought
regular season Big 12, you're
getting
done.
A 1 seed or co-champs of the Big 12 regular season, you had to go 7-1. Like, that was tough already. So yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. So 1 seed you're not going to win the Big 12 and not get a 1 seed and vice versa. So that those things are both off the table. So what if I told you this? Okay. What if Lipsy's been dealing with something that we're not aware of? You know, what a hot take that is, but it's certainly possible. And you say, if we lose 3 more times this year to teams that are supposedly better than us and we end up as a 3 seed, but everyone is 100% healthy and there's no issues across the board, would you sign up for that?
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Okay. So in my mind, understanding where our faults are, understanding what goes wrong, free throws. I hate to tell everyone this, but we are not all of a sudden going to fix our free throws at this late in the year. Like, it is what it is. Like, you're going to have to figure it out if we ever have to come down the stretch and beat a team in March. Like, the free throws are our problem. They're going to continue to be. The other stuff I think is fixable. The Jefferson turnovers, I do think that could solve itself with a couple of different guys getting hot from deep. Like, you're right. Like, someone was talking about Heisey underperforming. Like, he needs to be better.
The guard free throws are fixable. The guard free throws are fixable. Buchanan's not fixing his free throws, but the guard
no. Yeah, I agree. But we're the 327th best free throw shooting team.
Disgusting.
Not great.
Disgusting.
Hashtag not great.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Like the meme where the lady's like, there's shit all over the top. Disgusting.
Yeah, that's basically it. And yet somehow we're a top 10 3-point shooting team. Obviously, that's Milan, and exclusively Milan, because you take him out, we are beyond screwed if anything happens to Milan. Like, of all the guys to lose or go down, like, I get it. You can make an argument for it. It's Jefferson, Lipsy, and Milan in some order. If Milan goes down, our offense is.
It's going to look like 2022 real quick.
Yeah. Right. So anyways, I needed to rant. Tom needed to get something off his chest, and so does Nate. So that felt good. That I wanted to scream at the fellows last night in the Slack and just be like, will you all just calm down for 1 second? Like,
yeah,
it is okay. it is a long season. It is college basketball. Like people lose games.
I think a lot of that was in the moment because I'm upset with Taman. I would say last night or Tuesday night I was triggered at Taman, to say the least, because it's to the point if somebody's like, well, he could be dealing with something we don't know. But guess what? He's never been healthy his career at Iowa State. It's that's not an excuse. And you saw a sophomore year in the Big 12 tournament, he went on a tear. He was so good, and there was a reason it was preseason all first team Big 12 because the way he played, even though he's dealing with injuries.
Hi, Levi. Thanks for listening.
Shout out, Levi.
Oh, this is a good question here.
So free throws tough for some guys. I believe in the there's like a science or a study that's done on the tall guys and the angle that they shoot at, and where their eyes are in relation to the rim can make it a harder angle. Now for the short guy like me, comparative in a basketball sense, like I'm a 0% free throw shooter, but I was a good free throw shooter beyond that. Like if you shoot them enough, you'll make them. I think it's about having focus, having something that's simple, repeatable. Like you don't need to do all the fancy behind the back BS and around the head like Derrick Rose used to do. 2 dribbles, find your laces, shoot it. Like some guys don't like the mid-range. Maybe it's because the way the game's changed. We don't see a lot of guys shooting elbow jump shots anymore in college basketball. I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time I've truly really seen it. Maybe that's why free throws are down. I don't think it's that can't just be it, because where we're at in the data, like Sean just said, is 323rd. Like there are other teams that are still making free throws. So I don't know what it is. I've always attributed a lack of focus to it.
Hand size matters too. You're saying the same thing because as you get larger, obviously your hands are bigger. So
because then you're shooting a tennis ball versus like a beach ball. Like it's completely different.
I know we probably want to get to the Kansas game at some point, but I just want to go over a little bit of coming back from the TCU run. So I rewatched it the last 8 minutes. We were down 49-41, 8 minutes to go. TCU was on a 10-0 run. Heisey drove, and we got a foul call. It was on the ground, and TV timeout. So 8 minutes left. And out of that, Milan hit a 3 immediately out of the TV timeout. The broadcast barely caught it. That's how good the out-of-bounds play was. Got that. TCU moving screen. We get the ball back. Jefferson hits a 3. 3 guys in that possession had 2 feet in the paint. Taman, Jefferson, Milan. Milan kicked out to Jefferson, open 3. Love that. That's Villanova basketball. You have multiple guys 2 feet in the paint, kick it out, open 3. Boom. And then after that, TCU shot clock. This was like media timeout. We're not there. We can't see it, but TJ and the coaching staff laid into these guys about ball movement, and that's what we saw. That's what you saw. TCU shot clock violation. We get it back. Taman missed the open 3, upsetting. Jefferson board, kicks out to Taman. Taman had a great finish. Respect where respect is. Shout out to Taman for that finish. All of a sudden, we're tied at 49. So we went from the fact that season over, blah, 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 49-41. We're tied at 49. Let's play some basketball. And then after that, punch miss, a 1-and-1. We got the ball and went out of bounds. It was our ball again. Shout out, Nate. Do you know on the coaching staff who does out of bounds plays?
Coach Crawford.
Crawford, my guy, maybe the best. He throws a little fade to Heisey between the free throw line and the top of the key 3. Heisey waiting like a couple seconds. Taman threw 2 screens wide open. One of the best out of bounds plays I've ever seen. Awesome. And then we got a 2-point lead. And then Jefferson fouled. And this is at the point. So this entire sequence from TCU's 10-0 run with 8 minutes left in the game to the final buzzer, we played small ball. I love this small ball lineup. We can get into it later if you guys want, but you just can't play it all the time because it's just too much on Jefferson. He does too much already. The fact that he has to play the 5 with all that energy, like it's just too much. But the fact that we went with the same guys, nobody subbed in the last 8 minutes. You didn't see Buchanan. You didn't see Bateman. Like that's what we had. TCU went 1 of 2 from the free throw line with that Jefferson foul. And then we got into the Jefferson passing game. He had a great pass to a back-cutting Heisey. Boom. TCU turnover. And this is where it was. It was 55-50. Well, excuse me. It was 53-50. It was dagger time. We were touching dagger time. Taman Lipsey, wide open three in rhythm, missed it, went down. Torre had that fronting the guy, one hand kind of Odell type play, stole the basketball. Loved that. Got the ball back. Jefferson, that wraparound left-handed pass to Heisey, once again cutting off the ball. Like, I know that comment said Heisey shooting 27% from three-point range. Like, that stinks, but my goodness, he does so much off the ball. He does so much rebounding. Like, I'm fine with it. If he can work on it, please do it. But, man, the way him and Jefferson were working late in that game, I love it. At this point, it's 55-50. From these passes from JJ, it's insane. And then it was a true freshman point guard. And, like, I can be upset, but I'm not, because it comes with the territory. We're up by 5. Like I mentioned so many times this episode, up by 5, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the road. We're about to escape. Great defense for 23 seconds, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Torre stares at the ball. His guy back cuts, dunk. Now it's a 3-point game. Torre brings up the ball, chucks it out of bounds, going for Taman. Back-to-back bad plays. And then Pierre with that turnaround jumper on Milan and Jefferson. Just props to him. I'm not going to be mad about it. He's a D1 player. He's going to make shots like that. Now all of a sudden, now all of a sudden it's a 1-point game. We went from up by 5 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to dagger time to 2 awful mistakes, but it's a true freshman point guard. Like, it is what it is. I'm upset about it, but, like, at the same time, the fact he's playing those minutes, he must be a pretty good player. So now it's a 1-point game. We get a shot clock violation when we couldn't really get a good shot, and Milan Jefferson just passing back and forth. And then Pierre hit that 3 over JJ, where I'm just like, it is what it is at this point. And then I don't want to talk about it anymore, but Taman had that awful pass. I thought it was a good play call by Nate Schmidt. Torre got blown up off a screen. The pass wasn't there. Taman still threw it somehow. And then he got fouled the very next possession, missed the 1-and-1. That's why I got a little upset with Taman. And then it was just a little foul fest after that. But, yeah, so that's what the last 8 minutes happened. You saw from this team, it was so easy to come back from down 8 on the road. It was so easy. They just went to the small ball lineup and they carved them up so easily. They led by 5 with almost 2 minutes to go. And that's the thing I'm okay with. We're a Final Four team still. The ability to do that with ease, like when our guards aren't hitting threes, that's ridiculous. To be able to do that. And there's one more point I want to get at before these stupid monologues I keep on talking about. Florida lost at Georgia last year. Florida, the national champions, lost to Georgia in almost the same exact game, except it was higher scoring. They lost at Georgia's place, and it was their last loss of the season. I think we lose probably 2, maybe 3 more times, but it's not like these losses don't happen in national champions, Final Four teams. So
that's why there's only one undefeated national title team.
Yep.
All right, I'm muting Tom because this is one of those situations where, like, when your dog gets kennel cough, that's kind of the same thing. Like,
yeah, you got to stop from barking. Like, stay inside. Yeah.
Yeah. So I see
you got the shock collar on too. So if you go off mute, it's gonna buzz you.
Yeah. Well, he's got his beard too, so he's happy. He's a happy guy.
True buzz.
I didn't want to do that monologue. Sorry, but I just rewatched the game. But it was so easy to come back from a 10-0 run from a kill shot on the road. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But this team made it look so easy when our guards couldn't hit a 3.
We got kill shotted twice, and we still probably should have won the game. Like, I think that should be something that's like take a loss in stride almost. So
Natty's back on is what you're saying.
I didn't say it.
We're not saying that. I have a couple miscellaneous things that we missed just over the course of talking through this conversation. So back to the free throws thing. Okay, 2 for 8. We've lost games now shooting our 3 losses 25% from the line, 55% from the line, and 63% from the line.
Not good.
So
I see a trend.
Good. Yep. So another thing, we had, I can't remember how many defensive rebounds we had. we have fewer than 20. We're 4-3 when we get 20 or fewer defensive rebounds. So if you want to keep an eye on something just going forward, think about that. And then we are 2-3 when we're allowing 23 or more defensive rebounds as well. So I'm a trends guy, just like, yeah.
Question, teacher Sean, who are the two
Yes.
post players we play next?
Flory Badunga and Chris Sinek.
And Bryson
And-
Tiller.
And Tugler.
And
So surely
and
we'll be fine rebounding the ball, right?
Yeah, Buchanan's been so good recently. It's really easy to be excited about it. Where's he been, by the way? Did he take his Mormon sabbatical? He's not Mormon. He's not on sabbatical, but did he take it?
You just made him Mormon. Not that's a bad thing, but it's like I have no idea. I thought Plata's been playing better recently. But
I thought you were gonna be like, actually, yeah, he did. It's funny you say that. He did.
Yeah, it looks like he left.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, he's preaching the gospel. I don't know. No,
Yeah,
I have no idea. We saw Mulder minutes last night.
Those were weird.
One.
I didn't like
One.
that.
No, ESPN credited him with multiple minutes. Multiple.
He had 1 minute.
ESPN says 2, and they're the worldwide leader.
Sure. Yeah, that's what we call searching. That's what that was. I was like, what are we doing?
Those Mulder minutes were weird, and that goes to your miscellaneous stuff, Sean. The coaching staff at the end of the game, when we were down to timeout, I don't understand why Torrey was in on that offensive possession. He set a screen and he got blown up on. I would have liked Heisey to set that screen and Bateman in the corner. I really didn't understand that. Torrey with that turnover to Taman that soared over him again. I understand he's in the game because he's a very good player as a freshman, especially what he did defensively late in that game. But at the same time, could Jefferson not bring the ball up? When we're going slow, I'm totally okay with Jefferson bringing the ball up. It's the fast-paced transition where that's what I have with Jefferson's turnovers. But when we're going slow like that, like it's just like I don't know.
My little nephew, my only nephew on my side of the family, took his first steps today, and I got a video of it. It was very exciting. He looked more coordinated than Jefferson running a fast break.
Yeah. But like this was slow and like Torrey
Day one, he's already D1.
Yeah, that's right. D1, get it?
Do you travel?
No.
Good jump stop. Good job. Tom
Yeah.
Neal.
Another miscellaneous thing. Speaking of Jefferson turnovers, he's got a 16% turnover rate, which means nothing without context. 21% in his last 5, which would be a top 10 defense in all of college basketball. So for comparison, Iowa State forces turnovers on 22% of possessions, and Jefferson turns it over 21% of the time in their last 5 games. That cannot keep happening.
I would agree.
Pretty damning.
Yep. So it goes back to your initial point that you made about keeping your shooters spaced out, making sure that he can operate one-on-one, which is easier said than done.
Speaking of Buchanan, somebody said very early in the show to go at Flory early on Saturday. I was at Allen Fieldhouse. Our first possession on offense, we went at Flory. Buchanan did not make the shot, but
That shit went that way.
Yeah. I loved it. I love the idea of that because Flory was in foul trouble. The reason they lost to West Virginia is because Flory was in foul trouble. The reason they were struggling up to that point was because Flory was in foul trouble. During this win streak, he hasn't been in foul trouble rarely at all. And like Tiller's good, but like they really don't have like a backup 5 that's that consistent. And that would give confidence to Buchanan if he's not going against Flory for the first half. That commenter, I'll go back and look and see if I can find that guy. But he's onto something right there. Like you got to attack the shot blocker early. You got to give your guys confidence because if we're seeing anything from our guards shooting outside the arc, like it's not great for confidence.
So here's you go.
Real quick, I'm just gonna. You're right up. We're gonna get a little bump from playing at home for shooting as a whole.
Oh yeah.
I would.
Oh yeah.
So like
you get the role player.
Like
that's what
yes, exactly.
I said on the post game. this was more attainment. I'm like, I don't care about the shooting against Kansas. I will care about the shooting against Houston because you do have the home bump up, but it's Houston's defense at the end of the day. So it will round out to about even. I care more about the hustle. I care more about the back cuts. I care more about the defensive rebounding against Kansas.
So I'm glad we're talking about going at Badunga because it ties the TCU game into this Kansas game. We didn't see our guards get downhill at all.
8 free throws.
And we talk. You talk about the NBA all the time, and like the shooting teams don't shoot free throws, and they're like, oh, the free throws, like they shot 30 free throws. The refs were rigged. No, they didn't. They didn't go in the paint. Like you go in the paint, you get free throws. You have to attack Badunga at his chest. And it's likely with a guard. So we're going to need to have a guy like Bateman to play the way he did it the last 4 minutes against Kansas. Like we're going to need him to play that way for 40 minutes probably. Well, not all 40, but you get what I'm saying.
20. Yeah. 19.
Yeah. But like that's where you attack him. You're not going to beat Flory Badunga doing post-entry passes with Buchanan. Like I like Buchanan as a player, but he's not going to draw fouls on Flory Badunga. Like you need him getting off his feet, maybe taking a bad step here or there and jumping, maybe not vertical to get that call. Like, because the refs, I think the refs respect good defenders, and I think he's elite. It's going to be tough to get calls on him, especially like even at home, it still might be tough.
I am begging Plata to just be net neutral when he comes in because he has the capability to do that. If he is at Iowa State for multiple years, he'll be very good. But my God, every single time he checks in, he does something stupid. Like
the first possession of that
every time,
it was so bad.
Oh my God! And then he'll do and then he's got great hands too. Like he'll catch it on the roll and then Euro and then an easy layup with the left hand, and you go, man, like where's that? And then the next possession, it's like foul, Plata, pushing the back. We're shooting 2. And you go, all right. Well, just hang in there. And the next possession, he'll set a moving screen. And he gets yanked.
Nate made the good point. You got to go with Flory. The refs respect good defense. My guy, Doug Sermons, was at the TCU game. Those refs, I don't understand the criticism they were getting. They let the guys be physical. They were consistent with the physicality, and they loved when people went straight up. They called nothing when they went up verticality. And I
love a wall. They love a good wall.
I loved it because Buchanan's good at that because he understands he's not as powerful to actually play like tough defense down low. But yeah, I'm all for it.
Nate,
I didn't say anything, man.
I heard you say offline that they're going to build a wall and make Kansas pay for it.
Kansas State pay for it.
They need all of the dollars in the world right now, so maybe they will be doing something like that.
Yeah, if they get a lot in their funding.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. This is going to be terrible analysis and maybe bad podcasting, but we know we're getting from like if Peterson plays, like look out. Like we're going to have to just hang on.
It's going to be a fight. It's not going to be an easy game by any means.
Oh yeah, no, and we're 6-point favorites on KenPom, and I'm not confident. Like this will have to be an elite Hilton game. Like it has to be. The next 2 will have to be 10 out of 10 crowds for us to even have a shot at going 2-0.
Houston, maybe 12 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll be at Houston. You count me for 5 people.
Let's go.
Put that on the record.
My issue, if skipping ahead to Houston, sorry to interrupt. We couldn't handle TCU's trap. How do you think we're going to do against Houston's? How about kind of?
I don't want to answer.
Maybe downer there, huh? Yeah.
Thanks, Sean.
Welcome.
Yeah, I trust Hilton's crowd in this spot. My beef with them was it's like the game. I guess the game management. I think there's too much of the pep band and too much of the fight song. We all love the fight song. We understand the fight song. Do we need it 4 times in a game? No. But besides that, the reason I had a problem with Hilton was because of the Oklahoma States coming to town, of the TCU's coming to town. Not Kansas and Houston. Hilton's going to be Hilton. It's going to be a top 5 college basketball arena and at the D1 level. Like that's what it is. I'm not worried about that. It's about the lesser opponents coming to town and Hilton being sleepy, sitting on their hands till the under 8 timeout in the second half. So I think Hilton's going to be insane. I think we beat Kansas with or without, which apparently Peterson hasn't practiced the past 2 days from what we've seen on Twitter.
That tweet, just to clarify, that tweet was misleading. So are you talking about the one I posted in the Slack?
Yes.
If you see the tweet underneath it, the guy clarifies and he goes, he's been practicing, but he hasn't been playing at full speed. So just want to, because that was confusing to me as well.
At this point in the season, you don't have to practice full. You really don't. You can be like.
But I think that they would just say he's fine. Like they're setting it up so that if he doesn't play, he has an out. I don't think they would say that otherwise.
I'm fine with it either way. I'd be maybe scared's the wrong word, but like more interested if we didn't play him the first time. So we didn't know what he has. We saw him the first time. We saw what he could do. He was pretty scary. So we're ready for it.
I'm excited for him to play. I hope he plays. Like the sick part of me wants him to play because you're right. The game is it's more exciting if he plays. Like I don't like they're not at full strength. Like I want them to play at full strength and feel like they did. Winning or losing, regardless, like I want to see them do that because he's unbelievable and like he could be one of the greats. You want him to play at Hilton.
The part of me that doesn't want him to play is for seeding, but the part of the reason I do want him to play is because I want to see him play against us. And two, it's all about opportunities. If we have to face a guard that scores 25 a game in the NCAA tournament, wouldn't it be awesome to play Peterson twice and kind of have that mindset of how to stop a guy like that? Like that'd be pretty good for the coaching staff.
You're not going to find someone better than him to go against. And I mean, Tom, I thought you were going to say it. Like you don't want to play him for seeding. You want him to sit for seeding, but you want to play him for seeding. Like you, like, like they beat Kansas without Darren Peterson. Like, no, fuck that. Like we beat him twice with Darren Peterson. Like, and Arizona lost to him without him. Are we serious? Like, that's the argument you want to have. Like,
how do you
up for that? You know.
But here's my question: is how do you seed them? Because he's not playing. Like, are you like, oh yeah, he'll play in the tournament? Like, no problem. Like, this is a different team when Peterson's on the floor.
I think the committee.
Like, I don't know
if the committee exists in today's college basketball environment, which is this matters. So, like, the Kansas name brand will beat out a lot of other schools that are fighting for the 1s and 2 seeds right now. I think potentially. Like, do we think Nebraska or Kansas on the 2 line?
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point. Yeah. Nebraska's
do I think Nebraska's they're worthy. They're worthy of a 2 line, but over Kansas, tough decision.
Yeah, you're just not going to get it. It was the same when we had the quote unquote 1 seed aspirations. It was us versus UConn. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
They won 2 natties in the past 3 years. They have Dan Hurley. Like, come on.
Funny enough, I do think Nebraska is weirdly I don't think it's a good matchup for us at all. Funny enough, like if we played Nebraska, I'd be like a team that can move the ball and shoot threes, like BYU ish.
Yeah. The only reason I like it is because like I'm not worried about rebounding with them somehow, some way. With how bad we are rebounding, it's just like I think we'd be pretty okay.
That would be an epic. Like imagine that in the Elite Eight. Fred versus
That's mean. I don't want to. I would be so anti-Horberg. I'm obviously not going to say stuff that immediately just came into my brain, but I'd be so anti-Horberg immediately. But it'd be so mean. I don't want to be anti-Horberg.
They're going to make that the Sweet 16, dude. They're going to make that the Sweet 16. They'll be the 3,
fine.
We'll be the 2, and we'll meet in the Sweet 16, and it'll be fireworks.
We're the last 2. If you guys saw, we're the last 2.
Yep. We're the last 2 right now.
That makes sense.
Like we're exactly where we were 2 years ago.
That makes sense.
We're just the last 2 seasons. Okay, we do need to move on here. Although David just backed out. Final thoughts on Kansas. Ken Palm says 6. Tom says
8-12. I think we win 8-12 with or without Peterson. Just real quick, little Creighton 22nd and 2019 20. No. Just give me. In 2019 to 2020, Creighton they introduced the small ball lineup with 6'5" Denzel Mahoney at the 5. That spaced the floor and had everybody being able to cut and shoot the ball. They later went on to win 11 of their 13 games and had to share the Big East title. That's not the same thing that's going on right now, but we introduced the Jefferson small ball lineup. We saw how easy it was to do a kill shot of our own on the road in the Big 12. I think we're fine. I think we beat Kansas with or without Peterson, and I have no idea what's going to happen on Monday.
No
All right,
violation.
I'm muting Tom again.
All right, now
Because
that everyone's left, because Tom started talking about Creighton.
I think it's closer than 6. I'll put it at that. I think it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think we lose. I think we lose to Kansas, but we beat Houston and BYU.
I can see that.
I would not be surprised with the split with this 2 games.
I don't know. I don't have a read on the game on Saturday. Honestly, I'm a little bit confused. We'll see what happens. So, all right, David is here.
Yeah, I'll try to make it quick because my webcam's still having issues. But split the road trip. I kind of thought that would happen. Didn't want that to happen. Obviously, because now you're in a spot where you kind of have to go 4-1, and you need that one to be a close loss to TCU. But in case you guys haven't noticed the Big 12 women's standings here in the Big 12, let's just start with Saturday when Iowa State beat Utah. So Arizona State went to Waco and lost by 3 to Baylor. That's a 6-6 in the conference Arizona State team. So that was that.
Oh, no. We lost them again.
David, you can't talk about BYU on this podcast. They will pull the plug.
No, they're mad because I made fun of the Mormons earlier.
I know they pulled the wrong plug. But then I mentioned
we don't have that money if they try to find us. We don't got that.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
So BYU on the road at Kansas State lost by 25. So I still don't have a read on Kansas State. And then you move forward a little bit to Sunday. Colorado at home scores 6 points in the second quarter and still beats TCU to take them down to second place in the Big 12. Then you get to Tuesday. Iowa State goes on the road, gets smacked by BYU. The Cougars get hot late in that one. Kansas, who's been struggling in Big 12 play, loses by 5 at Texas Tech. Kansas State gets another win at home against Oklahoma State. And then now we get to tonight, and TCU beats Baylor at Waco by 16. So there's still a lot of parity in the Big 12. If Iowa State can go 4-1, get to 11-7 in the conference, your best bet is maybe you get the 5 in the Big 12 for Kansas City. But you've right now got 4 teams at least 10 wins in the conference. West Virginia, Texas Tech, TCU, and Baylor are all at least 10-3. And now West Virginia is actually top of the conference at 11-3. So I am getting deleted by Big Cookie. So I think you got to go 4-1 the rest of the way, and I think you got to lose close at TCU. And if anyone heard, Bill Fennelly said he's hopeful Addie Brown's back this season, which again leads me to believe that if she comes back, it won't be until after the Big 12 tournament. So you're kind of stuck in this no man's land right now at 7-6. And we kind of ran into that issue against BYU that I thought we might. BYU got hot in the third quarter and knocked down all the threes, and we just couldn't buy a bucket, and it was kind of just over from there.
What do the tournament prospects look like right now?
So as of Tuesday, so this was before the BYU loss, Iowa State was on the 8 line against number 1 overall UConn. So I guess I should say against Nebraska first in the 8-9 game, and then in UConn's bracket still. And BYU was on the next 4 out. They were the top team of the next 4 out. But I mean, you look at all of the Big 12 is on the bubble right now. Colorado's first 4 out, Arizona State's first 4 out, BYU and Kansas are both on the next 4 out. Iowa State's on the 9 line right now. or I guess they're on the 8 line. I imagine they'll be on the 9 line after the loss to BYU. So like I said, you got to go 4-1 here. I think the rest of the way to not be on that first 4 line again, which obviously you don't want to be on, but yeah, I think you got to go 4-1.
David, we were just talking about how sometimes there are teams in March that get kind of favored by the committee because of historic performance or because of, maybe there's a following. Do you think Audi has enough of a following that might net us a tournament appearance because of the national recognition?
I think that could definitely play a part if you're in that bubble matchup, if you're in that kind of first 4 in or last 4 in, next 4 out.
Jumbled mess of first 4 in, last 4 out.
Yeah, if you're in that, I think Iowa State would theoretically have that draw. I don't want to believe that that's a thing. I know it probably is, but
it's a thing.
Yeah. So I would think Iowa State would have that, especially given Audi Crooks. And I said it before last year started. There was kind of some question about, after Audi and Addy and all them were freshmen, and then they had that tournament game against Maryland, where Iowa State would be. I said they'd be a top 10 team in the preseason, and I think they were number 8 going into the preseason. And that was after a round of 32 loss to a top 8 seed. So I think there's definitely that draw with Audi Crooks. Now you got to deliver. I think you can only hold that standing for so long. And you got back-to-back home games here Sunday and Wednesday against a Kansas State team that is so up and down. I don't have a read on Kansas State at all. None whatsoever. So who knows?
I'm a little scared that we're talking about the poll that Audi can do with the NCAA tournament. They might just be like, Audi has the 8-9 matchup against UConn, and then you just get the promo at the bottom of the TV, Audi versus UConn. Not exactly what you want when you have the ability to do that.
We saw what happened last time that matchup happened, and UConn beat us by 107 on Thanksgiving. So, they've kind of done that to everybody last year and this year. So, yeah, UConn's still real, guys. I don't know. Hopefully nobody didn't think that.
Yeah, they're inevitable.
Yeah. Man, Sarah Strong's so good. I just want to throw that out there.
No, they're really good.
So, yeah, like I said, I think 4-1 is very realistic for this team. You got 3 games at home: Kansas State, Arizona State, and Oklahoma State, and then you've got the road game against Kansas State and the road game at TCU. And TCU's been got a couple times, so I mean, I certainly think that's a winnable game. I don't feel the hopelessness against ranked opponents that I kind of had last year when we went 1-9 in the quad 1 games. But yeah, I mean that's one you'd certainly like to get. Yeah, we went 1-9 in the quad 1 last year.
I mean, making the tournament with that record is pretty impressive, to be honest.
Correct.
Wow, I didn't know that. So that leads into my next question. Do you feel like there's any chance at all of say they squeak in as a 10?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any chance of second weekend?
I don't want to say it depends on Addy Brown, but it depends on Addy Brown.
Sure. I mean, that's fair. That's an answer.
I mean, we played Michigan really close last year. That was in the second round, or in the first round, I should say, after beating Princeton in the play-in game. And I thought we played Michigan really well. They just made 1 or 2 more shots than we did. And I wasn't happy with losing to Michigan, but I was kind of happy with how they played, given how it seemed like every time on the big stage last year they lost by 25, and we didn't against Michigan. So. I certainly think with the 3-point shooting and with Audi Crooks, you always got yourself a chance, but you got to put something together here to close the year.
Not impressive. Is this Bills? I've already asked you this question. Like, do you think if they miss the tournament, there's any chance that he's like,
I think
done?
I'd say I think that might be a chance of happening. I would say the much more likely thing is even if they'd miss the tournament, Bill would finish that class. The Audi Crooks, Addy Brown, Ariana Jackson, that, and I guess now you'd include Jada Williams in that group as well. I think you'd finish that class and then you'd probably look at retiring.
Got it.
Or whenever that would happen. I think that's the much more likely situation if that were to happen. So that's my 2 cents.
Damn. Hate hearing that. Besides that, what else is going on? What else you got?
Not too much. Big 12 is chaos, and just go 4-1 the rest of the way, and I think 4-1. If that one is a close loss to TCU, again, you've got that kind of double-edged sword here, because if you lose close at TCU, it's you lost to you lost to a ranked team again, came up short again on the big stage. If you beat TCU and lose to an Arizona State at home or on the road against Kansas State, then it's, you kind of balance it out by winning at TCU, but then you win at TCU and suddenly TCU doesn't look as good. So it's kind of that give and take here. Ideally, you'd win out and you wouldn't have to worry about it. But I think realistically, you're looking at 4-1 here to close the season. And you're looking at 23-7 overall and 11-7 in the Big 12. And to me, that's a tournament bed regardless of who that one is to, if you go 4-1 the rest of the way. But you're probably still sitting on that 8-9 line.
Sure. So they're going to have to – it's going to be a tense few weeks then. There's nothing relaxing about what the next few weeks are going to look like.
No, not at all.
They're going to have to sweat it out.
Correct.
All right. We've been going for almost an hour 15 at this point. David, thanks as always for stopping by. Tom, Nate, appreciate you guys as always. Nice to be back and talking hoops with the fellas. So thank you guys again. We'll be back. Do we play on Thursday next week? We've got Houston on Monday, so no.
Houston on Monday, and then somebody on Saturday. I want to say Houston. No. Utah, excuse me. Utah on Saturday.
And then BYU. Okay.
Yeah.
No, other way around. 21st is at BYU, 24th. So
shoot.
Oh, that's right. That's the 9:30 game, or that's the late
9:30 Central tip.
Oh, let's go.
My goodness.
That's
gonna feel great for the guys with elevation.
Listen to this though, but that is prime viewing for the fellas. You know what I mean? Like the late night special is great.
You get to watch every
Saturday
other
night?
game and then your team at the end. Then it's just like, yeah, when you go to bed happy, you lose. Oh, it's a horrible.
I'm on
Yeah.
I'm on a work trip in Charlotte for that, so I don't think I'll be on the post game. No, I should be able to watch that game, but I don't know who's on the post game. But the game's starting at 9:30, and then there's the post game on Cyclone Fanatic, and then there's the post game.
Do it, Tom.
I'll leave it at that.
Do it.
I may. If win or lose, I don't know. We'll see the setup in Charlotte.
10:30 Eastern tip, huh?
Oh, Charlotte! I didn't even think about the time zone, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
why
God.
you got to do it, Tom. Do it.
2:30.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Oh yeah. All right, boys. Thanks again as always. Talk soon, and as always, go Cyclones.